It is not. Or say, or you two say sana mrana tiye.
Yeah.
But see a mrana after some years. The purpose nini adwinimupa ye de ye mrano. Utina se she mrano I working for some years and now ujidi say I was almost as a he will advise say I was almost as some mrano because he doesn't understand why obi ebo Europa. Ebi assassins, you know, on the league.
Yeah.
No, say chinchino because on him say emrane say oji Europa na. E be when akonya mana be Champions League ni no they about onu gidi say yes I him rani biem.
Okay.
And he didn't say what he said.
On only opinion, but Ayala, yenya teams o maji Champions League, even in their domestic league. No money.
No problem.
But no maji Champions League.
No problem. So what he's saying is that your reward for playing in Champions League, Europa League, Conference League must end in that competition.
Okay.
Yeah,
disagree. 100%, even 200%.
Or say, Ojia, we crown you champions of the Europa League. That is your reward. But to translate our reward, you know, to compete in a competition, the normal statutory way, 1+1, unqualified here, to him, I'm running here review.
That's who disagree. As a Wenger, do it now.
Now, what was I say? Your busa is a question in vida. Number 2, Rich. Since say yes, I'm wrong. Obiaji Europa League, you know, I don't know whether your producers know help us with the research. But Menkai say Obiaji Europa League na Rich. Why are Japafu in the league, Musa? And yes, I can't enough for what Champions League.
And then grabbing movie.
Exactly. And if Musi there's a certain conversation around Adiano. And who Musana Obechena doing? It's as simple as that. I am not saying I agree with him or I disagree with him.
Okay.
But I think that we should give him some respect.
Oh,
tolerate when it comes to subjects like this. Rich. Now let's come to the main menu.
Okay.
Na me say Obiji League ne kromwa. It is a big achievement that I always want us to have time and celebrate it. Rich, Anopay, all the newspapers in Germany, especially almost sports newspapers, you know, our info of the Bayern Munich team being crowned the Deutscher Meister. And they say Omaji League. Now, Rich, say Open League GME, any drama and more. This was it. And Obia, over the weekend, one follow drama, no. I am coming to explain what really happened. This is the story. Saturday, show no na ye ko Odisika and your cameraman Nicholas Omuina no papa eda forma na ye kujomo ama omo akwakum papachi. Now Rich, Saturday on the show, and I'm a check here, say Bayern need to win against RB Leipzig. They are champions. Nemono say Bayern anti winning na omo draw. Then omo league ni say omo weekend na ekemu will depend on the Freiburg against Leverkusen game no. And that say Bayern anti and share team your friend RB Leipzig. Then Leverkusen also shouldn't win against Freiburg for Bayern to win sa league, you know. Rich. Obeje say your pon show no. Your preparation. Your faka, your kudru. Atman pasetia. You do on and I'm ye me phone. Me ko share me phone so Bayern da from 2-0. Benjamin Sesko and our Blanty friend Scotterman. And I say, wow. Saying, I'll be Leipzig. Or maybe cash Bayern 2 Rich. And this is the game. So you can join us on Facebook and watch the highlights. This was Benjamin Sesko the first goal no and I think so obviously the Bayern high line and all the position as a keeper sweeper no and the man Benjamin Sesko that opportunity no and then it's Klosterman ni go now share now Rich then in the second half Bayern no within 1 minute Eric Dyer and Michael Olise abeteteka 2-2 and the team friend Bayern Munich and I'm so okay then a no more coso then Rich look 84th minutes and I was signing I saw the now Mimi Gini said it was the winning goal of the game 84th minutes Bayern are rally from 2 goals down to be winning the game 3-2 Rich and see me who said Lewis and I said I'm so and the Bayern Agi League yena see Rich and I make catcher Andy say hey Bayern blow my bread pants and on Muji League and I was boss there bio Bayern ain't me Angie League no and I'm see a day and I say in time 4 minutes over the toss on
Leipzig at Tikano
I went to a friend person about game in him about the chicken in the engine time and I say wow Rich San Kenya Andy na catcher me and will be the GBR frame so Bayern a League me say Kameka change but what I Bayern a J Rich at the diamonds of the game, time and Leroy Sani share go no. About your friend Harry Kane, no plan to stance him. The moment a 10 go ni buy and I see from stance no, and what make that turn no. What he says, only 3-2 ni power, then it means Omaji League no, then he will jubilate. What's name round for no? Rich Ojina Tano in Cheo. And I'm going to take I'm going to give him 3-3 and we don't wire bossa. He wait for the trophy. He had to postpone Sadia. Rich, Sana Eyehuhuka. Bayern about draw. Yenim said Leverkusen was stretched by a celebration. Rich on Sunday. Yekoya. Freiburg and so any Leverkusen game. Rich 2-2. Again, Freiburg with the first 2 goals, then send Obianim Leverkusen and Xavi Alonso Rich. They never give up. And almost so every Chile 2 for invite. And I think it was Jonathan Tao or so, one of our defenders in the a heady ball at 2 and the poor game no Rich now 5 so any bar of Leverkusen and the 2-2. Rich, what then means and say Bayern anti-me and League no with omu game no mo boy no. But the results on Sunday meant to say Bayern Munich after this I was 76 points, Leverkusen with 68. Mathematically, the rest of the games now can. So Bayern elusini nyinampo, na Leverkusen esedi akani nyinampo. Rich omu anti-me and to team your friend Bayern Munich anti Bayern Aje. But Rich, this is a very, very disappointing statistics. Rich, last season, Bayern for Leverkusen energy Bundesliga no, omu call unbeaten. The whole of the season, Rich, omu dropping only 12 points. Rich, the season which is this season, they are supposed to defend their titles. Rich, your more league they've already dropped 28 points. And that is the reason why Harry Kane, Rich, are winning the first major trophy. Now, I like the way the English media had their cameras on Harry Kane. Rich, they say he is one of the greatest goal scorers of his generation, but he doesn't have anything on his CV to show for Sadio. Bayern gave him that. Now, Rich, let's go back. Time Harry Kane, I didn't say free Tottenham. There was Manchester United. There were clubs that no open in England. He opted for the Bundesliga for Bayern Munich. Rich, I think that this was one of the reasons.
Bayern there. Bundesliga,
what you say? Bundesliga, DFB Pokal, Champions League, they can keep on battling. but so ope club a rest assure say obetumi and the Sadiana a missing on his CV, which are trophies and major laurels. He thinks say Team FN Bayern will be able to offer him that at the rich league in our Germany, but England for any celebrating league no crashing or more Ajomo league no, just because the captain of the English national team for the first time in his career had a major trophy with Klaba, Bayern Munich. Rich, that was the story of the weekend, and they Bayern deservedly no. To me, back the Bundesliga, a trophy. It seems to be almost bet right when we talk about playing in the German Bundesliga. Now, Rich, let's turn attention to the La Liga. Look, you are close to England. France, the crowd, you are close to Yache. Then last weekend, you are close to the Bundesliga. Rich, I got two very interesting leagues in the top 5. The Spanish La Liga and the Italian Serie A. Rich, the La Liga story seems say enquiry is here. But I am in the say as a proponent of the Spanish game, Rich, we have a big weekend coming in the Spanish La Liga. This year, many agents say, Rich, 2 clubs now, which is Barcelona and Real Madrid, they've been able to sustain La Liga followers to the end of this week. And a very important for the El Clasico now, Urban. What is the story, Rich? Even though Barcelona, Inter Milan bought on Tuesday, and Real Madrid on the 11th of May, which is Sunday, Rich, they still needed to do the job on Real Valladolid. Shall we line up now as a flick anywhere game in Muna? Rich, I'm check and I flick who say look. I was a me commanders no then to call him the diagram and say na Jimmy himself. And to him doing half time, but Rich and the flick will any Gabby me say mon command mood in a studio how. Hello Charlie Will any Gabby in command mood in a studio and to my voice so why Rich in 2025 Hansi Flick win the Barcelona team no Rich. In the Spanish La Liga alone, 15 games. 15 games are representing 45 points. Rich, this Barcelona team in the Spanish La Liga, and you have 41 points out of the 45. 13 wins, 2 draws. Now, Senator Americano, a game no Barcelona and some. So he had to call on the commanders and so on, Rich. 45th minute, that's half time. And also, Master, Ansu, born a ball, but then say why a rusty quarter bench for a finger. Rich, 45th minutes now, hugging is a quiet man, mammy. Or by 54 minutes, no better. This is how these players are pushing us a flick to glory or Giomudi. Rich, you could clearly see say they want to work for the coach. And a very important for Tima, your friend Barcelona. Abranti your friend Femi Lopez added the second goal on Eka. Now, Rich, you see, and you maybe wow. Sa ocean more funny game na then you ask yourself, say, I didn't see a year time movie when it comes to your league. Rich, Rafinha go on there. There's no problem with that. But let me give you an example of Asama Mekano with Femi Lopez go. Rich, look at the build-up. Femi Lopez say Oginabasa team ni mo normally honorable Barcelona 10. Now, Rich, 9 and 10 for them. They understand the football. We have space to score. Rich, who say during this build-up, this is Barcelona 9 and 10 no. As at that time, no. Now a Femi Lopez and a Pau Victor. Rich, Omo share on Facebook, no. Just look at the movement of the number 9 to create the space for the number 10. Rich, just look at Omo Unity. Look at the way he is pushing the center halves. Say the way Udi the Chikoro, number 10 in space in him. And if Pakona Oya cut back, is so aware, say, You be pushing I'm a space number with that. And I was watching the Super Clash and I kept asking myself, say, "Enti your boy in him the way I'm not for no." Almost a bomb. See, a quick cinema no make so we've been training on goal scoring. We've been training on how to create chances. Which your players na sebi. Omo ya so the answer omonti normal nasiana because you watch Emrofuni play and you clearly understand say these people omo your ball is so scientific and the players understand what is expected of them at any point in time.
And now boy here and number 10. Watch the ball. Ball na say the call him no. Was that the ball na sign wo twa no na
you don't understand.
Just to entertain the supporters
attacking the space of
come on.
And Rich Saturday no Femi Lopez won the game for Tima your friend Barcelona and I'll pay Milano trip. Barca, this is Barcelona or more Air Cup Milan and this is the squad. Rich, unfortunately for Barca, no Jules Koundé, no Badi. In Tibasa, normal lateral defenders,